Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Brian here. How's everyone doing tonight? So I just got done making the video on if I think Tulsi Gabbard's going to be RFK Junior's running mate. I think there's a 7 out of 10 chance that's going to happen. Fairly high. So what I wanted to make this video about is talking about what I think should happen, and that I think the two-party system is terrified might happen, which I don't know if it will or not. RFK Jr. teaming up with No Labels. Now, everyone obviously knows who RFK Jr. is. He's the candidate. He's running for president. He was running as a Democrat. He's running as an independent. He's doing very well on average. He's at 25%, 25 to 28% in states. All the swing states he's leading. There's a couple states where he's at 15%, but I mean, still, for an independent candidate, it's pretty amazing. Nationally, he's at 30%. Amongst young people, he's leading 11 to 15 points, depending on if it's below 45 or below 25. He's raised much money. He's secured ballot access in Utah and the District of Columbia, and there's apparently another 12 states where he's coming close to it. So he's running as an independent, right? So No Labels, if you're not sure what that is No Labels is an organization. They were founded about 13 years ago. They're kind of like they're not like the Tea Party, but they're kind of like, they endorse candidates and stuff. Well, they've been hinting at a candidate. They have actually secured ballot access in 13 states and the District of Columbia, and they're coming close to another 5 or so. And they're like an organization. There's a lot of names of potential candidates that might run for that if they were to run a candidate. Some top names. The top talked about name is Joe Manchin, the Democratic senator from West Virginia, the moderate, the legend, the man who's blocked a lot of Biden's radical agenda. He's a big talking name of someone to run. There's also talks that they might reach out to former Maryland Governor Republican Larry Hogan. Excuse me. Another former governor, John Kasich, is someone talked about. Liz Cheney, former Wyoming Congresswoman, she's talked about. They even talked about trying to get Dean Phillips to drop out of Democratic primary. So there's a few names that speculate out there. It's not a guarantee. No Label said the only way they're going to run a candidate is if it's Trump and Biden, which I think that's kind of wrong. I mean, you should run a candidate any way you look at it, if you feel it's best to help democracy and whatever, and help the country. But yeah, so No Labels has a lot more money than Bobby Kennedy, and they've obviously secured ballot access in 13 states. So if Bobby Kennedy and No Labels were to somehow strike up a deal and say, you know what, we don't agree on foreign policy, we don't agree on all this, but we agree that Donald Trump cannot be reelected president again, and Joe Biden cannot win reelection, and none of these radicals, we have to save America, and let's say they'd make him his nominee, or he could still run as an independent, just with the No Labels endorsement. And, if he has Tulsi as a running mate or Larry Hogan as a running mate, I think those are two amazing running mates right there. He could potentially win this election. See, No Labels, the only thing I don't like about No Labels is there's a lot of PAC money going into it. It's like the first third party where there's a lot of PAC money. That's what I don't like about it. I mean, all parties, even smaller parties, get dirty money and stuff put into it, but there's a lot of PAC money. That's what I don't like. It's not like people. There's a lot of people. There's like they've raised over $20 million from like actual citizens though donating money, but there's a lot of PAC money. That's what I don't like. And and they said that they would suspend their candidacy. If the candidate's gonna have to sign a vow, they will drop out if it looks like it's gonna spoil it for either Donald Trump or Joe Biden, which I think that's wrong too. Which there's no such thing as a spoiler. I think that they should stay in this race no matter what. But I think that's the biggest threat to the two-party system. I mean, I think Bobby Kennedy can win as an independent, but if he were to team up with No Labels, I'm not saying this is going to happen. The odds of this happening are very low. No Labels wants to run like a old school, no Labels goal was initially they'd like to run a Democrat or Republican. And what I'm thinking right now, if they run a candidate, which I'm thinking that they are going to run candidates, simply because an ad they made this ad a few weeks ago. It said that when America's divided and they're given limited choices, as a new voice steps up, and it said we will step up. So that's why I think they're going to run a candidate. I'm thinking that the candidate they're going to run, I think Larry Hogan is going to be either the candidate or the VP, because he recently just stepped down as the No Labels chairman, or one of the people on the board of No Labels. So I think he's definitely going to be the candidate. So what I'm thinking is that they're going to run Manchin as the nominee and Larry Hogan as the VP. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Don't kill me in the comment section if I'm totally wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. And the impact that they'll have in the election, who knows? I mean, Larry Hogan polled about 20% in the summer. They did a poll, and Joe Manchin polled 16%, so they'd both be on the debate stage. I mean, imagine if Bobby Kennedy and a No Labels candidate was sitting on that debate stage. Oh my God, that would be amazing. And you know what? If a deadlock would happen, but the No Labels candidate, whomever that may be, and Bobby Kennedy would do better than them, then Trump and Biden and the popular vote and the electoral college, then maybe the two-party system would listen. We don't want this radical crap on the Republican side of book banning and election denying and all this crap. We don't want this crap on the Democratic side of gun banning and abortion up to 9 months, like banning freedom of speech. We just want common sense. We want unity. We want real issues talked about. We want a realistic plan on how to get everyone in America health care. We want a realistic plan on how to secure college and trade school for everybody. We want a realistic plan on how we're going to make wages living in America. A realistic plan how to get this inflation down, how to get taxes down. A realistic plan how to secure the southern border. A realistic plan how to get schools actually educating again. A realistic plan on how to get some of this debt down. A realistic plan on how to make sure our military stays as strong as it is, but gets stronger. Like, realistic issues. Not just, Medicare for all on the Democratic side or abortion up to 9 months. Realistic issues being talked about. That's what Bobby Kennedy's running on, and that's what and No Labels is running on. And I want to mention something in this video. So I watched part of the they did another Democratic debate format on News Nation. It was actually pretty viewed. I watched like the first 20 minutes of it. I'm actually going to watch it on the channel at some point this week. Probably not tomorrow because I work tomorrow. Oh, maybe I'll do it later tonight depending on if I can't sleep or whatever. It's about 47 minutes long. It wasn't like that long, but I want to give Dean Phillips, not that Dean Phillips is listening, a thank you and a shout out because Dean Phillips said this. They asked, should Bobby Kennedy and other third parties get out of the race? Are they a threat to democracy? Like, should they get out? And he said Bobby Kennedy should absolutely not get out. Because Bobby Kennedy, in fact, is more concerned and talking about more issues and more concerned about the issues than the own Joe Biden and the President of the United States is. So, you know what, Dean Phillips, you know what, I don't agree with you on that, but that was heroic there. You know what? And it's true. Do you see Joe Biden out there talking about BlackRock? How they're going to own 60% of single houses by 2030? Hey, do you see Joe Biden out there talking about how, high inflation is? Like, he's saying, inflation went down. Bullcrap. And this is something that Cenk Uygur, or Dean Phillips, and Marianne Williamson all agreed on last night in the debate. Inflation's not down. That's a lie from the media to try to save Joe Biden's behind. It's true. Now, that's a whole different video. I don't want to get into that in this video. This video is about RFK Junior and No Labels. But I will try to get that done tonight or tomorrow. Maybe on the weekend. We'll have to see. But yeah. So let me know what you think. Do you think Bobby Kennedy would ever join with No Labels? Or do you think it's a bad idea because all the PAC money? And let me know who you think No Labels candidates are going to be, if they run a candidate, which I think they are. Alright, everyone, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. You all rock. God bless you all. Thank you for subscribing. You really are. God has given me all these blessings. He's given me the 93 of you and all my other viewers. So thank you, God, and thank you, everyone else, for subscribing. And I love you all so much. You are all rock. You are awesome people. Keep it up. God bless you. Stay safe. Have a good night. And rock on, everybody. Alright, bye, everybody.